And I'm Gypt.
And today we're going to be talking about letting go and forgiving yourself. So stay tuned and listen to what we have to say. First thing that we're going to talk about is facing the facts, or accepting the fact that maybe you have not forgiven yourself or forgiven somebody else or let go of the past. And it's important to be honest with yourself and really see if you've let it go, because harboring feelings or pretending that you let it go doesn't make the problem go away. It actually makes it get worse. So it's important to really have an honest conversation with yourself and just ask, have I really let it go? If I see this person or if I am confronted with this situation, how will I react? I think that's the best way to kind of see if you've let it go. And if you catch yourself like getting angry when you think about it, or you're avoiding the situation or the person, that's kind of a clear sign to say, I haven't let it go. And it's important to realize that you haven't, so that you can work on actually doing it.
And even if you see the person post, sometimes you could possibly like catch an attitude or whatever, and it's like they did nothing to you, and like y'all are both living your own separate lives, but like when you see that person's name, it just brings like negative like vibes or energy to you that you don't really need to have in your life.
The second one is learn from your mistakes. Sometimes it's hard to move forward when you're constantly looking back. And I know Albert Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So if you don't learn from your mistakes, I know it's really hard to move past them, because you're constantly doing the same thing over and over and not realizing that there's something that you're doing that's stopping you from moving on. You're constantly going into the situation saying, okay, I did nothing wrong, and not accepting that you played a role in either messing up, that played some part that has led you into the situation that you've been in before.
Also, like, if you constantly beat yourself up about it too, it's also hard to move on. So like, you made a mistake, and like we always say in our videos, like, you cannot get upset at your 16-year-old self at whatever age you are now. Beating yourself up, like, you'll probably never move forward. So just learn from your mistake, take it up as a learning experience, as a growing pain, and you'll be good. Next one is do it for you. I think that is so important, not just for letting go, forgiving yourself. It's just important because it's your life. And if you keep doing things for other people, you'll never be satisfied. So, like, when you forgive for you. Like, people can hold grudges all day and all night, but as long as you're sleeping peacefully, that's what matters. People do things to other people because maybe that's all they know. Like, maybe that's how they get back. Maybe that makes them feel good at night. So forgive them, let it go. Like, and then also come back stronger. Like, and again, do that for you too, though. Don't be like, I'm coming back stronger just so I can throw it in Becky's face. Like, no. Like, wow, like, for what? Like, do it because you know that this is where you want to go in life. You know what I'm saying? When you make your goals, make sure you do it with your interest in mind. Don't do it for your haters. Don't do it for your enemies, because that's not how you get blessed, honestly. Yeah, do it for you.
It's also to heal. Like, I think that's the biggest thing about forgiving and letting go, is like, it's a healing process. Because even though you don't realize it, that weight and that energy that you put into thinking about it, being angry about it, and honestly trying to do for the other person, you come out honestly more miserable than ever, because they don't see you, they don't recognize, or the response you're looking for you don't get from them seeing your change or your glow up. Then you feel like what you did was a waste of time, when if you would have been focused on, this is about me, this is for me, because I want to get up and like myself. I want to get up and say, okay, I have no anger, no animosity towards anybody, because this journey that I went on after whatever it was, a heartbreak, you lost a job, like families, any situation, you made the change and you let it go and you forgave them, yourself, whoever, and you did it for you.
One is going through the emotions. So not being afraid to cry, not being afraid to vent, because I know a lot of people don't, like I said, for me, I don't like to let people in, but to actually talk about it and to confide in other people is very important, because the more you keep it bottled up, the harder it is to actually move past it, because once you're presented with that situation again, you can blow up and blow it out of proportion. When, in all honesty, if you would have went through it when you had the chance to, then it would have made the process much easier. To get over it, you have to go through it. So in order to actually get through it, you have to face the fact that, like I said before, like you played a part in where you are. So in order to get through the process, you have to face the hurt, you have to face the pain, also accept the good through the hurt. It's important to know that even though it hurts, it's always a reason for it. So even though it may not be a good feeling, at the end of the day, you're gonna learn, you're gonna look back and be like, okay, it was purposeful at the end of the day.
Yeah. And also, like, to get over it, you gotta go through it basically means that, like, you have to understand that whatever the situation is, like, depending on how deep it hurt you or helped you or whatever the case may be, it's going to be a series of emotions that go through that. So if you're crying about it, don't get mad at yourself for crying about it. Like, you deserve to go through whatever channel it is to help you get over it, you know? And it's like, if you always try to keep yourself from doing that emotion, it's like, it's prolonging your healing process.
I think that there should be no time limit, but there should be a point where you decide, I've spent enough time crying about this, or I spent enough time, like, I can still be processing and getting through it, but like crying, for example, the longer you wait to now for someone who wants to cry, the longer you wait to get that emotion out, the harder you're holding on to that energy. Like, you're like, if I'm over it, why am I going to cry? Because that's how you feel.
Right.
You feel like crying. You let it out. If you're angry and you're in the house and you need to scream, you let out that emotion. But if it's been 6 months or a year and you're still crying and you're still yelling and you're still breaking something and writing and whatever you're doing that was supposed to be helping you, now you got to make the next step. Now you got to start to forgive. What we said before, you got to learn, okay, I made a mistake, they made a mistake. And going through the emotions is healthy. It's just staying in that cycle, that insanity of doing the same thing over and over again. You become stuck in that cycle. And now all you know how to process is to go through that cycle.
And it becomes ineffective.
This concludes our Forgive Yourself / Letting Go video. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, like, share, and just remember to
Keep going,
growing,
and glowing.
Bye.